Hello! I'm going to do an intro to Ayurveda. And this is so challenging to do without being in person with you because my love for Ayurveda, the studies, how it's profoundly changed my life, my yoga practice, my fitness practice, my marriage, my relationship to my kids, my difficult relatives, my digestion. I mean, every layer, my healing, my ancestors, my love for life, and how I take care of myself. So one of the things that Ayurvedic practitioners and students and enthusiasts, which is what I call myself, really have in common is that we learn the art of self-care, holistic self-care, in a way that's sustainable. And so what I mean is that Ayurveda has a whole series and set of prescriptions that are accessible, that are free, that are sort of, when you hear them, are so nourishing and nurturing, and there's this sense of home. So over the past few years, as I moved sort of away from mat-based yoga, which was very masculine in this city and in the country, in Western yoga has really been very masculine, and that was really feeding a lot of my productivity and a lot of my doing. And I noticed that, right? So as I turn more towards Ayurveda and really learning what is this ancient wisdom, what is so powerful about it, and I found a teacher who spoke through the feminine lens. And for the first time, I could hear what the Ayurveda teachers and books that I'd studied since yoga teacher training in 2005, 2006, I really heard them. Okay, so for the first time, I had this deep understanding of what I was made up of, these 5 elements. All of nature, everything living, is based on this 5-element theory. And then from the 5 elements, we can then classify and see patterns and habits in living things, in their energies. Are they more fiery? Are they more earthy? Are they more watery? Are they more airy? And what does their body type say about who they are? And then what does their emotional reaction say about who they are? And then what do we do with that in our real life? And is that working for us or not working for us? And you've heard me ask the question many times, how am I mothering myself? How can I take care of myself today, right? I write that a lot, is reminding you guys to ask yourself that. And that is the lens of Ayurveda, is that we start our day and we say, what do I need today? What's happening outside? I keep looking outside because you can see, you guys, let's see, can you see the window? Yeah, and all that sun there. What's happening outside today, and what would feel good in my body? Do I need to go sweat at a gym? Do I want to go do some gentle yoga? Do I want eggs for breakfast? Do I need a little bit more punch, a little bit more fire? Or do I need some oatmeal, something very calming and soothing for my system? So Ayurveda is this art of mothering yourself, taking care of yourself. We start each day with Abhyanga, rubbing sesame oil or coconut oil or Ayurvedic oils on our body, honoring the senses of our body. And of course, essential oils and aromatherapy are right there because our oils are also provoking energy. They're also provoking our doshas, is what we call it. It's also provoking these elements. So if I wake up and I feel fiery and I'm snipping, I'm yelling at Mel or I'm yelling at the kids, I have a whole set of oils I can go to and just relax, rub them on my belly, take a few breaths, because it doesn't feel good in my body and in my experience. It doesn't feel good to have too much of any of the doshas, right? So too much water, too much earth looks like lethargy, not being able to get your to-do list done or go exercise, the heaviness, right? Could be heavy through here, could be heavy in your body. So that's really a heaviness. That's too much kapha, too much earth, too much water, and too much fire, right? We all know what that looks like. Yelling, snippy, snarky, quick, burnout, so focused on the to-do list that we lose sight of what's happening right in front of us. I have a lot of fire. And that can be a tendency for me if I get too much and I get so focused on ideas or to-dos that I forget about my sweet life that's right here. And air. Okay, so do you know anyone who has too much air, who's just floating around with ideas? Maybe they come late to things. Maybe they are just constantly in movement, right? Vata is air and ether, constant movement, constant thoughts. Anxiety is too much air, okay? Too much circling, too much moving looks like anxiety, and also looks like just overwhelm and paralysis because there's too many ideas and they're just swirling and they're not coming down to your actual life. So these are just, some of the ways that Ayurveda shows up in our relationships. We can use what we eat and what we drink to work with our relationships every day in Ayurveda, but there's also other things we can do. And this is where I really feel like is a sweet spot for what I teach and what I've integrated is more in the divine feminine Ayurveda. So what's happening in our relationships, what's happening with our emotions, what's happening with our careers, what's happening with our relationship to our aging body, to our aging self, what's happening in our own mothering of ourselves as we move through the stages of life. So Ayurveda is holistic. It's the original holistic health. And it's all encompassing. It's all of life. Arya means life and Veda means knowledge. So it's life knowledge. And I love that it's 5,000 years old. I love that the patterns that our ancient sages saw are just exactly what we have and see today, right? We see these same things playing out. And so having access and naming it is really beautiful, can really change your life. So I'm opening some consults here for us to talk deeper about your life and your experience. I'm really turning towards Ayurveda. Our yoga practice is right in there. I'm not leaving it. Our yoga practice complements our Ayurvedic practice. And they're all, we don't really have to do much. We just have to start to pay attention and kind of name it and talk about it. There's a lot of intuition in Ayurveda. And with the women that I've worked with, I'll often tell them a prescription for something that's coming up in their life, and they'll say, oh, I already do that. And so it's about honoring what we already do. It's about honoring who we are and how we deal with our lives in a way that feels good and aligned and abundant and not less than, okay? So it's not about keeping up with everybody else. I can't be you. You can't be me. My unique constitution is my gift, just like your unique constitution is your gift. And when you see that authenticity in somebody, it's contagious. It's addictive. You want that, right? And that's because we have underneath all these layers just a desire to be our true self. And Ayurveda is the study of your true nature. What is your unique constitution and how does it feel like to work with that energy, right? And what does it feel like to be in your body and asking yourself, what do you need each day? And I can help you figure this out because a lot of you guys have not been asking these questions. It's not your fault. This is just, we're awakening that this wisdom is so powerful now. I did not grow up this way. My mom did not grow up this way, but we're returning home to this wisdom. And now is the time and it feels amazing. So sign up for a consult. Let's jump on the phone. I want to hear about your life and I want to give you some prescriptions that might help today, which is amazing. And I just really wish you divine health. I wish you vibrancy, the essence, right? This word essence comes up in Ayurveda all the time. The essence of you. Can you tap into who you truly are and using your wisdom in your life, in your marriage, with your parenting, at your job? I mean, it's such a gift. So I really hope that we get to have a conversation so we can dig in a little bit deeper. May you be happy, may you be safe, may you be healthy, and may you live with ease.